Hi. So, how to use your energy to become a better version of yourself. Everyone talks about staying in positive vibrations, staying in alignment, but how do you actually do it? How do you stay in good vibrations and good energy? How? Okay? So it's all about a mindset. It starts with your mindset. You have to have a certain type of mindset that you work on daily. What does that mindset look like? You want to have a mindset of I can never lose in life mindset. That's a mantra that you can utilize often. You want to remind yourself that energy is neither good or bad. It's just energy, right? It's what you make of it. So when that energy comes in, you have to say to yourself, I'm in control. What am I going to do with this energy? The negative or the positive or the way it looks like, I can change how that's going to affect me. So when negative energy comes your way, say, oh, thank you for that energy. And then you decide what you're going to do with that energy, right? Are you going to use it to create, or are you going to process it and give it back with love to the sender, right? Next, you can decide if you're going to make this energy powerful, even more powerful. How? By sharing the wisdom that you've learned from the experience. Next, ask yourself, what is this situation trying to teach me, right? What is this situation trying to teach me? Because you internally know, again, remember back to that mindset, is that anything that occurs in life is guiding you towards your higher purpose, right? You want to remind yourself that you're a divine being and really, really believe it. Every single one of you are divine beings. So you want to stop and ask yourself, what is happening right now? Okay, what's the wisdom at play, right? What is the wisdom here? What do I need to learn here? Next, you want to remind yourself that you're not going to be a victim when certain energies come your way. Absolutely not. Again, another mantra. I'm not a victim. Absolutely not. I'm not a victim. Absolutely not. Next, you want to remind yourself that when energies come your way, right? And again, positive or negative, it's here to make you a better version of yourself. So you want to have that mindset as well. What? Oh, okay, more energy. It's here to make me a better version of myself. How does that happen? Because when certain things happen in life, certain experiences, you are seeing how you're responding. You're seeing what kind of patterns you engage in, right? So it makes you realize that, hey, there's certain patterns I do want to continue in my life and certain patterns I need to work on. For instance, you might notice some self-destructive patterns within you. You might notice some self-neglect patterns, and that's very often that occurs in our lives, right? Especially when you're so giving and so caring, right? There's self-neglect starts to arise. It shows you how you respond, how you ruminate, how you try to control the situation, how you start getting into guilt mode and start second guessing yourself and saying, oh, wait a second, am I doing the right thing? Am I not doing the right thing? And that pattern starts, right? So you realize that, hey, this is here to teach me to become stronger, to realize those negative patterns that I'm continuing to engage in. Next, you want to remind yourself to have that mindset of strong, that powerful mindset is, God is always working in my favor. And you want to remind yourself that, and you really want to believe that. You want to wake up every morning knowing that God is right beside you every step of the way. You are not alone. You are not alone. You want to also have that mindset that, hey, you know what? Life unfoldings are set up in a way that it's here to make me win, right? You want to have that mindset like, hey, life is set up to have me win. Yes, absolutely. Why not? I'm a great person. I work hard. You want to have that mindset. Lastly, you want to remind yourself that successful people, they do not have time to be a victim. Successful people, individuals on high vibrations, higher consciousness, they don't have time to be a victim. They know that everything there's a grand plan at play. It's due to cause and effect. Cause and effect. So you quickly realign and say to yourself, you know what? I'm not engaging in nonsense. I'm going to learn from all the experiences, handle what I need to handle, and get back on my purpose. And add on to my purpose from what I just learned. All right, I hope this helps you. Okay, again, it's all about what? Using energy to become a better version of yourself. Using energy to become a better version of yourself. It's not good energy or bad energy. It's just energy, and it's what you do with that energy. And it comes off. It displays itself as negative or positive, but you decide how you're going to use it. Any type of energy that comes your way, again, say I'm going to use this to become more powerful, to become more aligned, to become more on my path, on my purpose, to impact, to love, to share wisdom. Okay? Take care. And lastly, I don't want to forget this, extremely important. When you do feel those emotions that come along with certain energies, sad energy, frustration energy, overwhelm energy, notice that energy and say, hey, this is just energy passing by, right? But I'm not sadness. I'm not anger. These are just feelings and emotions that are passing by. And it's absolutely okay to have those feelings and process those feelings given the circumstances, right? So you don't want to take away